What's going on everyone? Welcome back to version 1. Now today's video is going to be dedicated strictly to the Mk4 Megane exhaust. Now I've been getting a lot of questions about this stuff and a lot of requests actually into delving into this video with a little bit more detail. So I'm going to go into what the car sounded like beforehand, before I started messing around with things, show you some audio clips and stuff, and then compare that to the K-Tec Racing Supersport system. So let's get into it. So as per usual, before we get into the video, make sure you like, share and subscribe and hit the bell notification to find your way back so you don't miss any future uploads. So jumping into the trophy was a pleasant surprise. Obviously, as some of you guys will know, the trophy comes with a valved exhaust, which means best of both worlds essentially. You can keep things nice and quiet on the longer journeys, and as you open the valve up in sport or race or in personal, if that's what you want, you get a little bit more, you get pops and stuff, and the increased rev range and stuff. Rev range, I mean increased idle and stuff. So overall the car just sounds a little bit more exciting. It was nice jumping into something that sounded good because it meant that I wasn't in a rush specifically to get that modified. And we'll delve into the other stuff later, but changing over to the K-Tec exhaust was something, it wasn't necessary, but it was something I found I wanted a little bit more from the car, if that makes sense. So I wanted a little bit more from sport and race, but I wanted to kind of try and keep that ability to be able to shut the valve and make things quieter for the longer journeys when I do those longer journeys. So here's what the car sounded like standard before I'd done anything to it. So as you can hear, the car was far from, quiet. Obviously, like I say, sport and race allowed things to be a little bit more exciting. And obviously with the parts and stuff and changing gears, like I say, just adds to the whole flavour of things a little bit more. But it was one of those things, like I didn't want to go all out and go, full regret and just like deke out or whatever and not be able to go back on it at least. So I thought the next thing to tick off the box would be to go for something like an aftermarket exhaust system. So that's when I jumped on with the K-Tec stuff, and I got the K-Tec Racing Supersport exhaust system. I keep saying Super Sprint, it's not. Supersport system. Now that allows me to retain the valve, the standard valve, but it bypasses the back box completely. So the valve now is further back, but it allows when the valves are shut, it goes through the back box, which is now higher up in the actual where the spare wheel would be underneath. But in sport and race, it comes straight out the back now. So there's basically, like I say, it bypasses the back box completely. A lot of comments I've seen on videos previously and stuff saying about the exhaust not sounding that much different. Obviously on camera you have to take those things into consideration, like all frequencies can't be heard, but I promise you the first things I noticed was there was a lot more body to the sound. I'll show you guys the clips now and we'll talk about it after. So as I was saying before the audio clips, the first thing I noticed when changing over to the K-Tec system was more body.
Come on, move your body.
The car was quite higher pitched and quite thin, is the way I can describe it. It had quite a thin tone to it. The exhaust was quite, yeah, it just didn't really have much exhaust tone, whereas switching over to this K-Tec system has allowed, like I say, a little bit more breathing space. I don't know whether that's because of where the valve's located or that it completely bypasses the back box, but overall it feels a bit larger, it just feels thicker, like the noise and stuff. And when you obviously compare the two clips together, I'll put some stuff up for you guys at the end to hear side by sides. You can really hear a little bit more. The car just sings a little bit more, and having that ability, like I say, obviously it's still non-resonated, but the GPF is still in the car, so it's still an MOT pass. But obviously the race and sport mode being the open valve allows that a little bit more excitement, and like I say, allows a little bit more than the standard system does. By no means is it night and day, but I was looking for a little bit more excitement in sport and race, and that's exactly what this exhaust has done for me. So getting into the daily drivability. Now, when it comes to obviously going aftermarket exhaust, you've got to expect that there's going to be some trade-offs. The fact that the exhaust makes more noise in sport and race means that it's normally not going to be as quiet in the normal modes. I'm pleased to announce that it's very close, but I'm pretty sure, like I say, overall there's a bit more body, a bit more sound in general, a bit more feel, a bit more vibe in all the modes. Not a problem, because like I say, on shorter journeys and stuff it's not even really noticeable. But weirdly enough, on cold start there is a difference. I don't know whether it completely bypasses, like I say, the back box on cold start now or whatever, but for some reason on cold start it's a lot quieter, which I'm not against, obviously, because that helps, because I'm up for work at 6 in the morning. So these kind of things do help. So I'll show you guys the before and afters of the exhaust system on cold start. So before this video drags on, I'm going to end it there. To conclude, I am very happy with the exhaust, obviously, as the way it sounds. Being able to make it sound a bit more fruity in the sporty and race modes, but also retaining the valve to be able to shut it if you've just, if you've got a headache or you're on a long journey or stuff like that. You know what it's like. For that moment, just to be able to go, yeah, I want to make some noise, or I'd rather it just was much more quieter, more dilute for the longer journeys and for like popping around town and stuff. And it's a blessing, to be fair, in the mornings, early in the mornings, when I start work at 6 in the morning. So obviously having the valve shut enables the car to be, I can start up on my road and stuff and not piss off too many people. So if you guys got any questions that I haven't covered in this video, make sure you get down at me in the comments or on my Instagram. But I've tried to cover all angles and put loads of audio clips up, because I know you guys love to see that, so you can hear what the car sounded like when I got it compared to what it sounds like now. Now, looking forward into the future, we might start messing around with sports cats and stuff, so keep your eyes peeled if that's the sort of thing you're interested in. But for now, like I say, I'm going to end the video there. Make sure you like, share and subscribe, and hit the bell notification to find your way back for any future content. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.